Humans may be the only ones that have a dedicated holiday for it, but in the animal kingdom, a mother's support is just as vital. Across the vast diversity of life on our planet, the care of a mother makes survival possible. The fierce maternal instinct to protect and nurture in different species is at least equal to and maybe even stronger than ours. Biologically programmed to preserve their species by protecting and caring for their young, some species go to incredible lengths to do so. This Mother's Day, we spotlight 6 exceptional mothers from the natural world as a way of honoring moms everywhere. Joined at the polyp. A lot of human mothers wish they knew their kids' whereabouts 24/7. That's not an issue for one hydrozoan mother that physically melds with its offspring. A hydrozoa is a subgroup of cnidarians. The Hydrozoa Ectopleura larynx doesn't form colonies through the typical mode of asexual reproduction, but instead makes its colony by fusing offspring polyps to the mother. Female Ectopleura brood their babies in pouches. When babies develop into juvenile polyps, they're released from the mother to settle on a substrate. Frequently, it's the mother polyp. Eventually, juveniles fuse their tissues to their mothers, effectively forming a colony of the mother and her offspring polyps. The colony shares a digestive system, so the mother can catch food and the offspring can benefit from the nutrients. In a benthic marine environment, where there is fierce competition for substrate space and food, Ectopleura offspring choose to stay close to home so that their mother can better provide them with these scarce resources. Emperor penguins. Penguin chicks hatch into some of the harshest conditions on Earth. To survive independently, they need to gain significant reserves to be strong, fast, and capable. Thankfully, emperor penguins are doting parents, and from the moment their egg is laid, long before it hatches, they take good care of their brood. The female lays a single egg that is incubated by the male during the long Antarctic winter. A great deal of the 65-day incubation period is spent in darkness. The male and female take turns to protect the egg or hatchling, while the partner then travels up to 50 miles to reach the ocean and fish. Standing for weeks, balancing an egg on their feet with no food in temperatures down to -40 Celsius must be the epitome of good parenting. Once hatched, using the warmth of her own brood pouch, the mother keeps the chick warm and safe. They are also long-distance commuters, taking foraging trips of 1 to 3 weeks, averaging over 500 miles per trip. They are the deepest diving of all the penguins, with dives of over 500 meters. Many dives are well over 10 minutes in duration, and the average number reaching more than 200 per day. They go to great lengths, literally and metaphorically, to care for their young. The astonishing parental care provided by the emperor penguin has been popularized by films such as March of the Penguins and Happy Feet. Emperor penguins are truly super parents. Giant Pacific octopus. The giant Pacific octopus is perhaps the hardest working marine mom, laying up to 74,000 eggs in a deep oceanic cave and painstakingly caring for them for months without leaving, not even for food. Many octopus mothers, such as the giant Pacific octopus, are known to lay eggs only once in their lives. At 53 months, it is by far the longest egg brooding period ever reported for any animal species. The mother moves in an underwater cave protected by rocks that she's put at the entrance to keep hungry crabs, sea stars, and fish from getting too close. She stitches all her eggs into hanging braids and glues them to the roof, and there she sits, often right under the babies, constantly on guard, protecting each egg about the size of a grain of rice. During this process, they keep the developing babies oxygenated and free of bacteria and algae and will not leave the area, no matter how long it takes for them to hatch. They guard and care diligently for the eggs, all the while losing weight and weakening due to lack of food. While this keeps the babies safe from predators, it is an act of self-sacrifice. To survive without food, female giant Pacific octopi live off the fats and protein within their own bodies, ultimately dying of starvation as a result. African elephant. At 2 years, elephants have the longest gestation period of any mammal. They also give birth to the largest babies of any land animal, with the male newborns weighing up to 265 pounds. Combined, it's easy to see that the African elephant is a hardworking mother. They may be the most protective moms on the planet. Elephant calves depend entirely on their mothers for feeding for the first 2 or 3 years and continue to nurse for supplemental nutrients for longer. Luckily, after all that work, elephant moms don't have to rear their kids alone. They have the help of the herd, which is comprised entirely of females and their calves. The females regularly make affectionate contact with the calves, also teaching them the rules of the wild while nursing and protecting them. The herd is also led by a female matriarch. African elephants live long lives, and matriarchs survive across many generations. This gives them more memory and experience to draw on. Even years later, elephants have been observed revisiting the site where one of their own had died. The crocodile. Female crocodiles are the sweetest and most caring of all reptilian mothers. They may seem tough on the outside, but crocodile mothers are very caring. They usually dig a hole and build their nests among vegetation and rotting compost. The natural heat can incubate the eggs while they stand guard. Any animal that comes with a taste for her eggs is likely to end up as dinner itself, or at least chased off by a ferocious, angry female croc. The female crocs are able to one-up the comfort of a mother's hug. Even before they hatch, the babies begin to vocalize. As they break out of the eggs, she gently carries them, in her mouth, to the water nearby. The mother will keep them there to protect them from predators. This is a species that has the most powerful bite in the animal world, and yet they pick up a tiny hatchling with their mouth gently enough to carry them to the water's edge. After birth, the hatchlings continue to communicate with their toothy guardian angel. Sometimes mom sticks around even longer and continues to protect them. The mama croc will mother her young until they are more able to fend for themselves, and perhaps she would shed a crocodile tear when they leave. The cuckoo. Cuckoos are the most successful deadbeat moms in the animal kingdom. Mother cuckoos outsource the job by laying their eggs in the nests of other birds. These birds might abandon their babies, but not without making sure they have the very best shot at life. Common cuckoo mothers have a significant amount of biological success at the expense of mothers from a completely different species. First, an expectant cuckoo would find the perfect parents, the unwitting surrogate moms, so that she can place her babies. She embarks on scouting trips to find the nests of other species. Once she's found the right nest, there's little the host parents can do to stop the process. This is due to the myriad of evolutionary adaptations that make cuckoos successful brood parasites. Most simply don't know what's happened until the babies hatch. Surprise! Many hatchlings might have similar physical characteristics, so the host parents may not even realize a chick isn't their own until weeks later when the cuckoo starts to stand out. These are some of the most unique moms in the animal world. Which style of mothering reminds you most of your own mom? For more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I plan to make many more interesting videos. Until next time, see ya!